Did you know? 30 minutes of practice can either grow your child's brain or block their learning completely. The difference isn't how long they practice, it's how they feel while practicing. Welcome to Genie Adu, where parenting meets science, and everyday struggles reveal wisdom. I'm here to share insights from neuroscience, psychology, and timeless wisdom, so together we can raise children who not only practice, but truly love to learn. Evenings often look the same in many homes. The piano waits quietly in the corner, its keys untouched though the music book is already open. A child sits on the bench, but their fingers are busy scrolling a phone. A parent stands nearby, their voice gentle at first. It's time to practice, but the child barely looks up, murmuring, "Later, I'll do it later." The parent feels tension rising inside. They have to prepare. Why won't they just start? This is not a rare story. It is the everyday scene in countless households. A quiet, invisible battlefield. Between parent and child. Between discipline and freedom. Between skill and spirit. In this moment, two voices rise within the parent's heart. The first voice is urgent. Almost harsh. I must make them practice now. Skills come only from repetition. If I let this go today, tomorrow will slip away too. Discipline will be lost. The second voice is softer, filled with fear. If I push too hard, they'll only grow to hate it. What if they come to resent music itself? What if they quit completely one day? This inner struggle is not really about tonight's practice. It is about something larger. What habits will define the child's life? What memories will shape their heart? Parents do not fear one missed day. They fear the future those missed days may build. That is why this small decision, to force or to wait, feels unbearably heavy. It carries the weight of the child's future, and the parent's love all at once. So the parent begins to search, not in anger but in questions. What should I really do? Should I force them, for their own good? Or should I wait until their own will awakens? This question is no longer about just piano keys or martial arts steps. It is about education itself. It is about how to guide without breaking. It is about how to balance discipline with joy. And so, a journey begins. The parent looks for answers. In conversations with friends. In books, in research. In the quiet reflection of their own heart. They realize this is not simply a matter of whether the child practices, but how the child comes to see practice itself. Is it a burden forced upon them? Or is it a path they choose with pride? The road ahead is uncertain. But one thing is clear. There must be another way. A way that honors both skill and spirit. And so, the journey toward that answer begins. The parent's journey turns toward knowledge. They open books, search articles, and step into the world of science and psychology. Neuroscience speaks first. Practice, it says, is not just repetition. Every time a child repeats a skill, neurons fire together, wiring stronger and stronger pathways. This is called long-term potentiation, the foundation of learning. It explains why a clumsy melody today flows effortlessly after weeks of practice. The brain literally rewires itself through repetition. But the scientists add a warning. Emotion changes everything. When practice is filled with joy, the brain releases dopamine. This chemical lights up the reward circuits, embedding memories more deeply. It tells the child, "This is good, do it again." But when practice is filled with pressure, the brain is flooded with cortisol, the hormone of stress. Cortisol interferes with the hippocampus, the center of memory and learning. It whispers a darker message. This is painful. Avoid it. So neuroscience reveals a hidden truth. 30 minutes of practice is not equal. The child's emotional state can decide whether those 30 minutes build the brain or burden it. Psychology adds its voice. Motivation, it says, comes in two forms. External motivation, rewards and punishments. No practice, no TV. It can spark action today, but fades as soon as the pressure disappears. Internal motivation, curiosity, joy, pride in the task itself. This is the fire that lasts. It is what keeps a child returning to the piano, not because they must, but because they want to. Research shows that when children feel supported, their internal motivation grows stronger. They persist longer, show more creativity, and even build resilience. The insight is clear. Practice must be more than building skill. It must shape the child's relationship with learning itself. As the poet Yeats wrote, Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. And here lies the parent's discovery. The true goal is not today's scales or steps, but tomorrow's fire. With this insight, the parent breathes differently. The next time they feel frustration rising, they pause just 10 seconds. In that pause, they choose words carefully. Instead of, "Practice now or else," they say, "Shall we start with your favorite piece? 10 minutes today, the rest tomorrow. When you're done, let's celebrate together." These are not bribes, but invitations. They give the child a sense of choice, a sense of ownership. The parent notices something shift. The child still resists at times. That is natural, but slowly, practice feels different. It begins to belong to the child, not just to the parent. This is not the end of struggle, but the beginning of transformation. Practice becomes not only a duty, but a decision. The parent returns to the same living room, the same piano waiting quietly in the corner, the same child reluctant to begin. But something has shifted. The parent no longer rushes to shout. They carry with them a new tool, the 10-second pause, and the knowledge of what happens in the child's brain and heart. This time, as frustration rises, the parent breathes. In that breath, science whispers, joy releases dopamine, pressure releases cortisol. In that pause, wisdom speaks. Motivation that grows within will last longer than any punishment. And so the parent asks softly, "Shall we try your favorite piece today?" The child hesitates, but the atmosphere feels different. It is no longer a battlefield. It is an invitation. Practice begins, not with shouting, but with choice, not as a burden, but as a shared step forward. The parent has returned to the same place, but with new eyes, new patience, and a new rhythm. This small shift begins to ripple outward. The child still resists at times. That is human, that is childhood. But now, practice carries a new meaning. It becomes a place of growth, not only for the child's skill, but for their spirit. The parent, too, is transformed, no longer trapped in guilt or anger. They carry a deeper calm. They discover that patience is not weakness, but strength. The mind is the forerunner of all things. When the mind delights, happiness follows like a shadow. These voices converge in the parent's heart. They understand now. Practice is not only about scales or steps. It is about shaping a relationship with learning. It is about lighting a fire, not filling a bucket. So today we learned, practice is not only about building skills. It's about shaping how a child feels about learning itself. Joy builds the brain, pressure can break it, and in those 10 seconds of pause, parents hold the power to turn practice from a burden into a choice. Small pause, big change. That is the gift we can give our children and ourselves. If you found wisdom here today, remember to like this video and subscribe to Genie Edu for more insights at the crossroads of parenting, science, and wisdom. Together, let's raise children who don't just practice, but love to learn.
A small choice today, a big change tomorrow. Genie Edu.